What do I do? I'm Steven Shomler. I'm delighted you're here. You know how you get on a plane or you meet someone for the first time and they ask you a question, well, what do you do? I have to tell you, I absolutely love asking that question because I absolutely love what I do. I love my profession and I love what I get to do for work. And to tell you the truth, I have a little bit of fun answering that question because I can either tell people about my two different professional titles, or maybe I can tell them about my two different companies. And sometimes, once in a great while, when I run into somebody, we start having a discussion, and I get to give them the whole enchilada. But that's pretty rare because, as you're about to see, that's a pretty big enchilada. By choice and design, I have two professional titles that I mainly use, two primary professional titles, and two professional pursuits. And for me, the best part is when it comes to my work, I built the career I have. I absolutely love the work I get to do. And here's the best part. Don't miss this. I am professionally fulfilled. I actually have professional fulfillment. And I tell you this because you can do the same thing. If you're not professionally fulfilled, you can change your career. You can change your life. Trust me, life change can happen for you. Some of you thinking, oh, Steven, I'd like to, but man, right now I can't do it. You don't know what I'm up against. And I totally get that. I work with a lot of people in the life change world, helping them change their life. And, you know, there's issues of readiness for some people and obstacles for some people. And maybe you're not quite ready, or maybe you're facing some pretty big obstacles. Well, let me just give you a glimpse into my journey. I've got some videos to kind of cover this part of my story. But summer of 2011, when I decided to build myself a whole new life and build a brand new career out of thin air, I was going through a lot of miserable things, including I was in what I call my second great disaster. Remember, this is just one of the tough obstacles I faced, but and this is a pretty big obstacle. I was in the midst of my second great disaster. I was not just facing, but dealing with financial ruin and homelessness. That's not a metaphor. I mean the kind like live in an unheated, unfinished, one-car garage for 6 months kind of homelessness. So I'm telling you, I know you may be facing some big obstacles, but if you want to change your life, you can. If I can change my life and overcome the obstacles that I've overcome, you can do the same thing. So let's talk about my two professional titles, Life Story Alchemist and Culinary Storyteller. Some of you saying, what the heck is a life story alchemist? I get it. I understand. See, I read a lot of books when I was a kid. I've read books my whole life. I absolutely love books. But when I was a kid, I read a couple different books about King Arthur's court, about Merlin. And one of these books kind of had a backstory about these amazing women and men that could transform ordinary metal like lead into extraordinary metal like gold. And they were called alchemists. And that always stuck with me. So today, I'm a life story alchemist. And while unfortunately I cannot transform lead into gold, what I can do, and what I do all the time, is I help people transform their life story from something ordinary to something extraordinary. I tell you, I absolutely love helping people with life change. And when I do that, I'm wearing my Life Story Alchemist hat and doing my life story alchemy work. And now, Culinary Storyteller. I create content for the Culinary Treasure Network. I'm absolutely passionate about food and travel, and not just food and travel, but magnificent meals and soul-satisfying travel. And the content I create for the Culinary Treasure Network, I'm a writer, I'm a podcaster, I'm a producer, I'm a videographer, I'm an editor. I create lots and lots of content in lots of different ways. But the thing that absolutely brings me the most joy, although I love doing all those things brings me the most joy is when I am able to tell stories about people in the culinary world. So I don't care whether someone is a chef or a winemaker or a baker or a brewer or a distiller or a cider maker or a food writer even. I could go on. If you're working in the culinary world, I absolutely love getting to tell stories like that. And I have to tell you, being a storyteller brings me so much joy. So those are my two professional titles, Life Story Alchemist and Culinary Storyteller. Now let's talk about my two companies. So my two companies are Spark to Bonfire, and I already mentioned the Culinary Treasure Network. At Spark to Bonfire, we create awesome resources that help people grow their brands, grow their businesses, change their lives. The resources we create will inspire and equip you to go live the life you imagine. When I'm hanging around Spark to Bonfire, I'm doing work in that company, the free phrases I use a lot is go make your story extraordinary. Go live a life you love. Go live the life you imagine. Like I said, I'm passionate about life change, and Spark to Bonfire is the company where I make all of my life change magic happen. And then I'm the founder and president of the Culinary Treasure Network. I already talked a little bit about that company. We are passionate, as I said, about food and travel, but not just food and travel, magnificent meals and soul-satisfying travel. We have websites with articles you can read, 3 websites right now with more coming. We have podcast lists you can listen to and shows you can watch. And I have to tell you, I'm so excited. Right now I'm in the middle of my second big 3-year professional push. I'm calling it Bonfire 2024. And those 3 years are 2021, 2022, 2023. And I'm so excited to see how the Culinary Treasure is going to grow over those 3 years. A lot of amazing things are going to happen. If you want to know more about my Bonfire 2024 journey, check out those videos. I've got a handful of videos that kind of unpack that journey and the concepts there. It's a lot of fun. But as we close, how about you? What title would you want to have? I was about to say if you could come up with your own title, but the thing is you can come up with your own title. I came up with my own titles I love, titles that work for me, and you can do the same thing. Like I said, if you are not fired up about what you get to do, if you don't love telling people, man, I can't wait to tell you what I do because I love it and I'm professionally fulfilled, man, I would encourage you to change your life. Like I said, life change can happen, and life change can happen for you. I'm Steven Shomler. I am on an epic journey that I love, and I'm pulling for you to do the same. Cheers.